what's up guys? Blake from Kite here, and today we're going to teach you how to roll your kite for the longevity of it. That way it lasts the longest, it's a good resale value, and just how to take care of it properly. Here we go. The first thing is that you never want to let your kite be wet as you pack it up. You always want to make sure that it's sand free, because that causes a lot of abrasion, as well as the water will warp the canopy, so it'll make it kind of waxy and it'll stick to the water. I would have to say that I've learned from lots of mistakes. I've had kites that get worn out within 6 months and they're waxy and everything, because I grew up learning on the Great Lakes where everything, just the fresh water is actually harder on the kites than the salt water. So first of all, salt water is actually good for the canopy of the kite, whereas fresh water can actually make it more waxy. So you don't need to rinse your kites off before every use. Just leave the salt water on it and that'll keep the canopy in good shape. Whereas with fresh water, just make sure it dries completely before you roll it up. So if you're a Great Lakes kiter, someone with a freshwater lake, just make sure that you let it dry out completely before rolling it up. And so yeah, let's get over here to the kite. And if there is sand on the kite like this, so I always bring a leaf blower with me to the beach, just to make sure that I can get all the sand off. And this is the best way I've found to get all the sand off the kite. So I'm just joking. I don't bring a leaf blower to the beach, but you know, if you have that option, it's always the best way to do it. Alright, so now that we don't have sand on the kite, let me show you how to do it. Basically, what you want to do is you want to get the canopy flat before you roll it up. You don't want it to be creased like this, because any crease in the canopy will create some wrinkles in the kite. You want to flatten the canopy. Just go to one end here. You work your way from one end, and first off you want the bridles to go inside of the kite. That way it rolls inside and they're not out and getting tangled up. You want to get the kite pulled out completely flat like this. You want to get all the sand out of there, because sand will cause abrasion and rub the kite, just like sandpaper on the kite. So you always want to try and get the sand off the kite. So what you want to do is just want to shake the sand out of the wingtip. Pull it so that it's even. Pull it out straight. Get the bridles inside there. Throw them in. And then you just flatten the wingtip like that. And you just fold it over. Get the sand off of there. So you just flatten it out, fold it over, push all the air out of the bladder as you do so. You want to fold it over, flatten it out, just keep going. Like that. If your kite is wet and sandy, what you want to do is just pack it up just like this, but then take it home and shake out all the sand once it's dry. Because if it's wet and you pull it, it'll be like sandpaper and it'll kind of abrade the kite, and it makes some issues with it. So you just want to fold it both to the middle here, fold it over like that. And you can see here, if you fold it in half from the middle, makes like a nice tight feel like that. And what you want to do is just fold the kite into 3 pieces. So you don't want to fold it in half. If you have a small kite, then you can usually do that. You just want to evenly 3 spaces, fold it here, make sure all the bridles are inside, fold it over like that, push all the air out. Now here we have a nice folded clean kite, all the air out of it, the bridle's inside, got the sand out of it, it's not wet. pack it up nicely. It's ready to go back inside of the bag. A lot of times when I travel, I like to fold them up real neat like this. And I'll just put 2 kites inside of 1 bag. So they also give you usually a strap. Get all the sand out of your bag too before you pack it up. Kite inside here. Strap it in. Zip it up and you're good to go. So that's how you wrap your kite to make it last the longest, have a good longevity out of the kite, good resale value, and take care of it. So that's it for this week. Hope you enjoy, and that's a wrap.